So,
Absolutely.
the big elephant in the room, COVID-19, where I mean, we're living in a
Mm,
pandemic, and
yeah.
the pandemic, it's cliche maybe, but I mean, it's changed everything.
Yeah.
And so, my question to you is, how has this pandemic impacted your practice?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question, Walt. For me, it has really crystallized the need for people to go through coaching or therapy or some combination. Like I
Mm,
have one client who's like, "Well, I have you, Darren, and I have a therapist as well, right?" And
yeah.
it really crystallized it. There's a old saying in the book, The Prosperous Coach, that people will benefit from speaking to a lamppost, right? If you went out and talked to a lamppost, you would benefit from it. So
Mm,
and you're better than a lamppost, right? So
yeah, yeah.
the week of when the pandemic started, I said, I'm gonna dig into this thing. I'm gonna ask the tough questions like how you dealing with the pandemic, how you transitioning and working at home, and ask those questions. And I was blown away with it wasn't just the pastors or the biochemists, right? It was the project managers, CEOs. How many of them needed to give off a little steam about the pandemic, right? There was a need for that. And I've gone back to those type of questions, asking them the tough questions. What's what's the highest value that you could give today? What are
Mm,
your fears, right? What do you need to do? It how I've been amazed with how much people need to speak about what's going on with them to work it out, right? And the answers are within them. They just need someone to listen. And that's been the impactful. Now, there's also been an embracing of technology because people are more open to meeting, via Zoom, whether it's
yeah,
one-on-one. It's amazing that there are some people who never turned the camera on before the pandemic, but now they do,
yeah,
right? Because they have a
yeah.
need to connect. They have a need to connect,
Right.
and I don't think that's going to go away just when we open back up. I don't think that's just going to disappear.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah,
Mind you, a lot of people can't wait so that we can get back to socializing
right.
and hanging out around water coolers.
Yeah,
But at the same time, this flexibility, a lot of people have embraced it. So I don't see it going anywhere. And a matter of fact, I think I've read some reports recently that said, a lot of Fortune 100 companies, at best are moving to a hybrid model.
yeah,
When we get back to whatever normal is.
yeah. And they
So
won't they
okay,
won't give back that real estate savings either, right? I mean,
yeah,
that I
that's right.
mean, they won't
That's
give
in
it
the
all
bottom
back.
line.
Absolutely.
Even as I was asking that last question, and you raised this that one of your clients told you they had you and they had their therapist. I was going to ask, are you in some ways sort of like engaging as a therapist, or are people using you as a therapist?
Well, I like to say that therapy is about the past and coaching is about the future.
Mhm. That's
So,
that's excellent.
I try not to
Yeah.
drift into the past and get into the problems that people have had, whatever. But I do ask them questions about things they've tried before. What are their fears? I share a lot about my own failures,
Mm,
my own career shortcomings, because I mean, why not share that? Because you've
right.
earned it, right?
And it's
And
disarming. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and we'll give people to open up as well. So I think in some ways, I heard one of my clients, the gentleman who's works for a biochemist organization. He said that Darren, you're kind of combination between therapy, business, and spirituality. I said, well, I don't know if that's a great marketing feature, but I'll take it. I'll take that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do try to challenge people to be transparent during our coaching sessions, to go out on a limb, right? I always tell them the fruit is on the limb, not near the branch, right? Not near the trunk. So go out on a limb and take chances. We do things like practicing conference. You're gonna have tough conversations.
I'm gonna steal that. By the way, I'm sorry. I have to steal that. The fruit is out on the limb. I'm stealing that.
No problem. I'm sure I stole it as well.
Yeah.
um, you know, it's just that people need that opportunity to give space to their thoughts, their ideas. A lot of stuff is in within people. When I was in a traditional corporate position, I mean, I had meeting after meeting after meeting, and I never thought about myself. I asked
Mm,
this one customer I've been working with, I said, he was going through all the different options of all the different things he could do. And then he said, well, I could do this. I said, yeah, but what will make you happy? He said, I never thought about that. He was like kind of in survival mode. Like I could be, he's an executive with a large organization. And he was looking at, I might transition out of the organization. I could do this, I could do that. I'm like, but yeah, what would give you satisfaction? And that was like 2 meetings of getting through that to like, I came up with options. And they came back with, I'm going to start my own business. I said, really? I said, okay, that wasn't on your sheet of options, but, and, but it was breakthrough for him, and that was worth it for him. Right. So, I just find that I think, and he's a very talented, very gifted, very, very stable person, but just never stop to think about what would make him happy. Powerful stuff, man.
That hamster wheel is something else. Trust me. I know it well. So